Well, if it ain't broke, why fix it? The Lion King. Now, The Lion King is another remake of a beloved Disney classic. This time around, it's The Lion King. The 1994 original is one of my all-time faves. And I'm not just talking all-time favorite animated feature films. No, it's one of my all-time favorite movies. And now we have a remake. Live action? No, not really, even though people tend to call it that. It's nothing about this film is live action. Everything you see on screen is animated. The creatures, the animals, the environment, everything. So stop calling it a live action remake. And this film follows the same plot points that the original followed. It's a beat by beat, shot for shot remake. So I guess be prepared, pun intended, for spoilers. Because yeah, Simba, Mufasa, Scar, Hakuna Matata, it's all in there. Now when I saw the first couple trailers for the new one, I was looking forward to it. Because as I said, the original is one of my all-time faves. And yeah, I actually got goosebumps just listening to the epic voice of James Earl Jones once again. And I was so glad that they brought him back. But now that I've seen the film, I gotta say it has some give and take. First, let's talk the positives. This movie looks pitch perfect. The animals, the environment, the animation style is out of this world. I mean, you really think that these creatures are real animals. They look photorealistic, so props to that. Also, the voice cast, for the most part, is great. First up, James Earl Jones, easily the greatest voice in the entire film, and funny enough, the only voice actor that I brought back, but Mufasa just has to sound like this. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. It's just amazing to hear him on the big screen once again. Also, this movie has I'm not even gonna call it callback. They have the same sequences as the original, and mainly the opening shot is amazing. Once again, it's epic. It's the Pride Rock sequence that brought tears to my eyes. And yeah, I really like the kid that voiced tiny little Simba, even though Donald Glover also does a great job. Beyoncé does a great job. John Oliver worked as Zazu, and the best new addition, in my humble opinion, was Seth Rogen as Pumbaa. Now that's a match made in heaven. But now let's get into the nitty gritty, the stuff that I didn't really like. First up, Scar. I mean, look, those lions look so photorealistic that they barely have any facial expressions. And those were so important and an essential part of the original that this movie lacks emotion, lacks soul. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it. It is just the reality of the situation. I mean, look at the original Scar, one of the greatest Disney baddies of all time. He was almost like the James Bond villain of Disney movies. And he had a very expressive face, and he was a pompous dude, self-confident, methodical, be prepared. Chiwetel Ejiofor's version doesn't even come close to Jeremy Irons' one. Not only did Jeremy Irons just have the perfect voice, no, but they basically nerfed down the character. Now he's this passive-aggressive, beaten-down lion who doesn't even sing. The Be Prepared song, it's a poetry slam, for God's sake. How could you cut out one of the greatest songs of all time? Also, just the line delivery, it's not the same. And it's not Chiwetel Ejiofor's fault, because he's a great actor. It's just that they tried to go into a different direction. I just didn't like it. Same goes for Timon. Timon, in the original, voiced by the great Nathan Lane, who's a little bit passive-aggressive in the film. They nerfed him down, and now he just seems like a stuck-up little, I don't know, weirdo. For some odd reasons, they took out some of the best sequences of the original. For example, Rafiki, who also isn't funny anymore, isn't a spiritual presence anymore. He's just, I guess, a friend of Mufasa who does these kind of traditions. And in the original, there's a scene where he bumps his stick against Simba's head, and Simba actually learns a lesson from that. It's a great scene. Remember the whole, yeah, but it hurts. Yeah, the past can hurt, but you can either learn from it or run from it. Woohoo! Look harder. I used to love Rafiki. In this film, none of these iconic moments are in there. And the same goes for the epic scene between Simba and Mufasa, who's dead, like the ghost of Mufasa in heaven. They cut out some important bits, which I don't get, because they dragged out the runtime of this film. There's one scene where I was like, I'm actually looking at a big piece of shit. No, and I'm not talking about the film. The film's not a piece of shit. I'm talking about the fact that they actually showed us a big piece of giraffe shit. And I was like, so you had time for this, but you didn't have time for Be Prepared? What the fuck is wrong with you? All in all, I gotta say, this movie looks great. It's a spectacle. If you're a hardcore, diehard Disney and Lion King fan, go check it out, by all means. But it's not a great movie. It's a copy of a great movie. That's all I gotta say. Everything that this movie does was done better by the original. And I've seen the original a million times, and I'm going to continue to do so, because that's the one that I got on Blu-ray. I will not get this one on Blu-ray. I might watch it again just to show it to some friends who are interested to see where they took this franchise. But other than that, it's the very definition of okay and meh. And it's actually kind of lazy, because I'm getting sick and tired of those shot-for-shot, beat-by-beat adaptations. I mean, we already have a perfect film. It's called The Lion King. I don't need the 2019 version, which is why The Lion King 2019 gets the bronze medal. It is what it is, but now let me know. What did you think of The Lion King? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.